Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Shang, Shang. That's right. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, or I'll have to start kicking puppies. And I mean, I'll do it too. Don't test me. That's a good intro. That's a good way to establish myself that I will commit violence to puppies. Yeah,
Serious business.
serious business. Serious business. It's not a game. It goes down. It goes down if it has to. I'll put an insurrection on all the puppies and kittens and anything cute in the world if I have to. So I try to make sure that I let anybody know that right off the bat.
Immediately.
Immediately. No,
Babies too, or just animals?
huh?
Babies too, or just animals?
Uh, babies can get it. Yeah, it depends.
Mm.
You're right. Babies can get it too with the little soft heads and the little T-Rex arms. Yeah,
Yeah,
babies can get it too.
because there's some babies out there that really need it.
Yeah, there's some babies that you want to.
Like
Yeah.
on the plane crying. Like
Yep, that's the ones you want to kick right back to Middle Earth. But yeah, I agree with you. Yes, I know the people that anybody that listens to this be like, "What the fuck? What?" Like, kind of, goddamn. Oh well, they should be used to it. Yeah, they should be used to it.
yeah. All right. So, what were you like as a kid? Are there like any stories you have that are given to
Was
the
I funny?
not necessarily were
Well,
you funny, but were you causing trouble? Were you quiet?
no, I wasn't. Was I a troublemaker? I got in trouble, but I wasn't a troublemaker. I wasn't like I didn't go out and like push people's face with like a grapefruit and put it in their face like shut up over there. I wasn't like that, but I got in a lot of trouble because I stuff that wasn't free, I tried to make it free for me. So I think that was a really good way I put that just now. And I end up on forced vacations from the government. But see, making it sound very like politician wise. And I know motherfuckers is like jail. It was jail. No, but no, I wasn't a bad kid. I was a misguided kid, and I dedicated a lot of times back then. I was into martial arts. I'm not now. Somebody they could
Oh, what kind of
poke me.
martial arts?
Taekwondo and Aikido. I did that from 14 till I was 27, and I was very like structured with that once I got into that. But then I would do wild shit aside from that. So yeah, I mean, I was very much into that. Shout out to the House of Champions. Shout out to Big Jim. Shout out to Frank Friedman. Frank Friedman, kickboxing coach. But no, that's what I was into. I was really into that. And I'm not even close to what people are doing with MMA now. I would get destroyed because they know every technique. They know the Thanos technique. They know like every technique that you could think of. Whereas we were pretty much more straightforward, kicking a little bit of keto, but that's about it. So I was pretty good too. I was actually very good. I was fast, but I didn't have power. So I could piece you up like with like 30 hits, but I didn't have that knockout unconscious power. It looked good. It looked good, but at the end of the day, I would get my ass handed to me with somebody else right now.
Okay. So moving on, how did your career in comedy start? If there was a movie about your career, what would be the first scene?
Um, when Eddie Murphy got out of jail with 48 hours, that would be how it was with me. And so that would, if it was a movie, it would be 48 hours. The first scene when he got out, and then the bar scene with Eddie Murphy in the bar. So you younger audience, Eddie Murphy used to be this. He's a comedian. He was a comedian. He was a very big star for you. Some of you younger comedians. and younger audience that don't know who Eddie Murphy is. Because I actually had some comics say, "Who's Eddie Murphy?" I wanted to push him down a fucking flight of steps, but that would be how it started. And plus, like when I first started doing stand up, another comic and a friend of mine bet I wouldn't get on stage, and I said, "Oh, you think you funny?" And then I went up on stage and I did the 3-minute audition at a place called Who's on First in New York, and I killed. And my first show, I killed. It was, I don't know why, I don't know what. And then the owner said, "Man, you should really think about doing this for a living." And that was over 2.5 decades ago. So I'm still doing it. I'm lucky. My bills are paid. I can buy hookers if I want to. Right? That's very important, young man. Just put that in your wheelhouse. Keep it for later.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, moving on with a movie theme of questions. If someone made a montage of you and your creative process, what would it look like?
What would it look like? It would look like somebody creating a monster. Like if they were creating a monster, splicing DNA and putting together different animals, like a wolf with a Komodo dragon, with like a gorilla, but it got to be a silverback because they throw hands. And so my act is very aggressive, very move forward, very, fuck you, feed you rocks and take you swimming type, like hardcore. I'm not letting people censor me and make me go, "Well, you just have to be a nice, clean comic and you'll be accepted by the right wing and the masses." And I talk a lot of shit about politics. So you'd have to throw in, a Paul Mooney, a DNA from Paul Mooney, DNA from Dick Gregory, DNA from George Carlin, DNA from Bill Hicks. If you got all that DNA and you spliced it with a silverback gorilla, a Komodo dragon, and an apex wolf, that's what it would be like the movie Splice, but with those DNAs mixed together. Since we're going to movie theme. Yeah.
Would you say that you like observational comedy?
To a point. I like observational comedy to a point. I like all different styles, but my main thing is punch them in their face, make them laugh. I'm not into this Gerard Carmichael silent shit. I don't play that. 15 minutes of silence, but I told you my inner meaning. No, you can balance a point of view with actual laughs too. You can actually get extremely big laughs, and I'm consistent with that. And anybody that's seen me live even in the past week and a half, they can't front on, I get big laughs. They may not like my style. They may not like what I'm saying. I just do a new joke I got about zombies. And if zombies came out the closet and were gay, and people, like, "Oh, you can't say that." Yeah, I can. And it kills. So, yeah, I don't. Anybody wants me to change my shit, cable still works. I mean, I'm trying to get on the mainstream shit too, the AGTV, and I'm gonna Colbert will let me go a little edgy, but I like edgy material.
So, we just talked about observational comedy. Are you an observant person?
I'm an observant person with my surroundings because of where I grew up. I'm very observant from that, but observant pertaining to people's personalities or picking up on people's persona. I'd say I'm intuitive enough where I can see that, but my main thing is some people show you exactly who they are right off the bat. And you don't have to necessarily have a Sherlock Holmes moment where you have to find out, "Oh, there was a hair that I took the DNA in the strand." No, you just know. So I'd say, but some of my observational humor, even that is pointed. It's more pointed out. It's like if I'm doing a joke, it's like a karate chop. It got to be a karate chop. It can't be a flick. Like, it's got to be like that. And I want people to even make that noise at the comedy club when it, which probably scared the people next to them, but
Yeah.
Yeah, scary's funny. That's why horror
It's
movies
part of
do
life.
so well. Yep.
So, are you confident in how observant you are? Like, are you sure that you're
Uh,
an observant person?
huh?
Are you confident in how observant you are?
Yeah. I'm confident. Again, my surroundings. I'm confident with my surroundings. Of course, I can't. I'm not. I'm not Doctor Strange. I can't open a portal to. You know, I don't have that. I don't have that. But I'm pretty confident, especially stand up wise. I know how to shift gears. If I'm going a little too far over here, I know how to shift gears at least with stand up. With women, obviously, that's a whole different muscle right there because you don't never know what the fuck they're thinking. So I'm not as observant pretending to women, but everything else, yeah.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna test how observant you are. So, how many questions have I asked you so far in this interview?
4.
I'm just gonna trust you on that one because I haven't really been counting. But
Ah,
we'll move on.
ha, ha.
Okay,
Okay.
so who would you say is your biggest influence?
Biggest influence. I have 3 influences. Can you have 3? Can you have 3
You
different
can have as many as
influences?
you want.
Okay, cool. I'd say Paul Mooney, comedian Paul Mooney. I actually have 4. Shit. Eddie Murphy, Paul Mooney, a group called Fishbone. It's a punk reggae ska group that their energy and craziness and go after itness. I'd say them, that band, and then Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks. And for the people that don't know these old school comics, those are the ones I used to watch before I did stand up. Google them. Bill Hicks, very funny, very edgy. Um, Google when Eddie Murphy used to do stand up. I love the swag that he walked out like, yo, it's going down. That's it. It's showtime. And I like Paul Mooney's daring because he would just say whatever the fuck was on his mind. And bought a Rolls Royce from it. So he passed away, but I'm saying when he was alive, I knew him. And he made a lot of money doing it. And also wrote for Living Color. He wrote for Richard Pryor. He wrote for the Dave Chappelle Show. Um, if you ever seen the Chappelle Show, the blind black racist,
What's his name? Clayton
yeah,
Bigsby?
yeah. Paul Mooney wrote that, and on and on and on. Paul Mooney was very, very prolific. So those would be. I know people like a band. It's their energy, their music, and the way they went after they go after the crowd, and they're very alternative black metal funk. I'm into alternative, like black metal funk or alternative hip hop, like very different. I don't like a lot of the mainstream. Well, Drake got me. He gets me. I gotta give it to him. Not his new album. His new album
I was.
is
Mm,
ah yeah. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. I call it music to get surgery by. That's it's not good. And I thought Kendrick was come out with a banger, and it was.
yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah. The music, it changes over the years.
Yeah, I mean, but like I see some artists I'm still into, J. Cole, Earth Gang, JID, and some of the hip hop side. But I listen to a lot of I listen to like the soundtrack to Doom. Like I like shit like that, that's evil. Shit that makes you wanna like sucker punch like a nun. Like
Yeah.
just walk up on her and just pow and knock her havoc off, and then she fall down the steps. Then you run down the steps, and you go, "Yeah, you thought that was it," and then you kick her. I know that. Oh, we're getting flagged on this one. Yeah, he's a nun
Yeah,
kicker.
that's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. We'll live it though. We'll live with it. We'll live with
Well, we'll live with it. We'll live with it.
it. Yeah. So, Do you think that your comedy has changed over the years, or do you think that it stayed consistent?
Mine
Yeah.
or comedy? I think comedy has changed. My comedy has stayed somewhat consistent. A lot of my new material is still pointed, so I still stay in the same lane. Um, I did dumb it down for a while because I wanted to get the bag, but not as much now. Now I'm like, I went back to what got me on my write-ups and on my reviews and shit, to be a risk taker and like say the shit I want to say and wish somebody would say something to me. You know, I mean, like I wanted to, like, if somebody tried to tackle me like they did Chappelle, they would have got an extra show of me just like, oh shit, he choked dude out. So I mean, stuff like that. Like Will Smith, I want my act to be like Will Smith don't want to come up on stage with me because there'd be a problem. You know, I'm talking about putting hamsters in microwave ovens. So yeah, you ain't gonna really run up on stage with me. I'm
Why?
never, you know,
Why the microwave?
because it makes a funny sound, like a yeah.
I'm
So
gonna,
it
I'm gonna have to try that out. I'm gonna
you
try.
got just give it a shot. I mean, for all the people that'll listen, give it a shot. I mean, now you're gonna have to get a new microwave because it's
Yeah.
hard to clean. It's hard to clean, but you know, I mean, I what I mean by it, like I I want stuff where you leave and go, do you believe he did that bit about necrophilia? Do you who writes a fucking a dead joke? Like other than Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison had a great necrophilia joke. But I see people, some comics like the young comics, I want to take some chances. I want to say some shit that people leave and go, oh, what the fuck? I think Chappelle's last Netflix, not the last special, the one before that, he had a couple killer lines that I thought, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And so did Chris Rock, who I'm a fan of both of them. I like Chris Rock better than Chappelle, but I mean, Chris Rock's special tambourine, when he said that the bad apple bit is so good. Well, they said, well, some of the cops are just bad apples. And he said, certain professions you can't have a bad apple. You can't be a bad apple pilot. You can't be an apple, like, you know, and I thought those kind of things, like, yeah, sometimes I like the land and sometimes I fucking don't, you know. So I'm a bad apple pilot. So I give props to the comment. And Bill Burr, I like Bill Burr a lot too. I like Bill Burr. I think he don't step off the gas and he say what the fuck he want to say. Yep.
Did you ever have a problem saying what you wanted to say, or has it always been
I've
something?
had I've said some clubs that won't book me. I go, fuck it. You don't want to book me, you stupid. I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to book me, you know, because your mother's a whore. No, you can't say that to bookers. I have though, when I was younger. No, I was like, your mother's a whore, whatever. And then just, you know, grab the mic and then run off the stage. But no, yeah, I've had some static. I've had some people not want to fuck with me. But if you're gonna live in that life, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly bear. If you're gonna be a bear, be the bear from the Revenant. You know what I'm saying? And just maul people with your jokes. So I might not make it as big as some of these other cats, but they know that I brought it. I'm, you know, but I'm again, I make money. I make money doing this, so something seems to work. You know, something like I hear comics say, "Well, yeah, you're not like some girl said I'm not as big as Kevin Hart." I said, nobody. There's a lot of people that's not big as Kevin Hart. So what is that like? I don't. That's a dumb comparison. And plus, you could tell she was stupid. You know, she was all these two front teeth gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, she definitely had problem eating corn. So yeah, I don't. Nothing sweats me, even when I get turned down, even when a booker don't want to book me. I don't. Nothing sweats me because there's too many gigs I can go find. I find gigs, and I've been lucky. I've been lucky. So and I get the bag when I go to them.
What's been the most difficult part of your journey in your career?
Um, Not being home with my kids. Well, they're grown, they're older now, but I missed a chunk of some good weekends because I work just primarily on the weekends. The fun times on weekends, that was difficult. I had a little stint where I was sick, and it was weird where I was getting all these bookings. Right when I'm getting a bunch of bookings, I got sick. And so I had sepsis. So that was rough. You know, it's like, hey, we want you to do this theater and such, we're gonna give you thousands of dollars. Like, hey, I'm in the hospital, can't really do shit right now. I'm trying not to pee blood. So that was a rough time, life and comedy wise. Because what happens is they go, well, this motherfucker's always sick. And I was sick like off and on 2019. So they don't want to book you, not because you're not funny, but because they know you can't make it. Yeah, or, you know, so that was rough. And, you know, getting a couple things I thought I should have really got when I got up with HBO that I was like, wait a minute, I ripped. And I really worked on my set. I ran it like 19 times. And so I crushed because I put the work in. And then I seen them pick people because that person was a person's cousin. And that was, yeah, he got the gig. And then he went on there and bombed. He didn't do good. So it was like, but that was the producer's cousin. So what are you gonna do? You know, other than, you know, find their house and duct tape them to a chair and make them watch Hannah Gatsby. That's what I, you know, just turn that special on and make them watch that and watch blood drip out their fucking eyes with that.
Why stop there, you know?
You said why stop there?
Yeah, get some gasoline. Well, it's kind of expensive now, but
now, see, you don't want to set people on fire.
Don't get the premium. Get the regular. You know.
Oh, well, okay, regular. Maybe you can set people on fire. But yeah, remember those days when the mafia? Yeah, set this fucking guy on fire. He's fucking. Wait a minute, how much is gas? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Hey, let's just beat him up. Let's do that. He's crazy. It's a fucking nutcase. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, yeah. And by the way, anybody that's a Hannah Gatsby fan, you're mildly retarded, and you probably eat crayons. Say it to your face.
I heard they have some flavor in them. Like
well,
depending on the brand.
Depend on the blend. Now, orange doesn't taste like oranges. A lot of people think, oh, that's purple. Nope, does not taste like grape. But yeah, I just feel like there's certain comics that the industry has because, like, I'll give you an example. There's comics that are getting stuff because of their sexuality, not necessarily they're funny. And there's a trend right now going on with that, not only with the LGBTQ plus community, where they want to get the opportunities to do whatever they do without the talent or the time put into it. They just want to get stuff just based on their sexuality. And I'm not from that school. You got to bring it too. You can't just be, you know, well, I'm transgender. Well, you got to be good too. And we were just talking about this on a show. If you're transgender, you shouldn't be in the UFC fighting chicks. I just think that that's crazy because you still underneath that I'm a woman thing is a fucking dude. So that's why, you know, I just feel like it got to be based on something. It can't do, like even young comics. Well, I'm a young comic. I'm good looking. It got to be funny too. I'm from the school of funny, not introspective, interesting TED Talk shit. No, if you're not getting laughs throughout your set, you're not a good comic. Period. The end. I don't care how. And Netflix said that too. They had the Netflix as a joke festival. I talked to one dude. He said, "We're not looking for funny. We're looking for different." But what if different's not funny? You know, just goofy.
So, out of all the things you've worked on, because I know you've done the HBO and other
Yeah,
things
I've been
like
lucky.
that, what's been the most fun for you?
The most fun to do was this is old school though. My first National Lampoon. I did a show called National Lampoon's Comedy. They did a comedy. This is back in the day with DVD. And then the second thing would be probably the tie between my first late show and my special. The fact that I produced my special and then I sat there and edited it in the kitchen with me and Nazi Islam, a friend of mine, and we did it ourselves, and it got out there and got really good response. So that would be no, you know what? I'll put that first, because even though it was rough and financially I was fucking taking a hit by doing it, it ended up working out. But yeah, I took a hit, but it was cool though. I mean, and if you get a chance to watch it, people, it's called Shangry, and it's on Apple TV and Amazon and Microsoft and Google Play and all this other shit. It's
I
on all
know about
that.
those ones. Microsoft has one.
Yeah, Microsoft. Yeah, yeah. That's what it said on the contract. I was like, yo, yeah, get with it. You know, I guess it's people watch it through Xbox and all kind of shit. So, yeah, that's what it's on now, and then it's going to be on Tubi and Vudu coming up soon. But right now, it's on those platforms. Apple TV and Amazon are the two big boys. So people can go and watch it there. And then if you think I suck, then I hope you get hit by a car. I really do. If you think I'm horrible, I hope that a car hits you. As soon as you walk out, you're going, hey, we're gonna go to the store. Pow, car.
Wait. What kind of car though? Because that's very
See, that's the thing. I'm thinking probably I'm thinking a muscle car could probably do some damage. Like I'm talking about like a Vin Diesel Fast and Furious car. And then maybe if you see the car coming, you try to run up on the sidewalk, and that won't help you. You curve up on the sidewalk, you catch them, unless they get behind like, you know, a bus stop. That's harder to hit them. But when they're out in the open, most of the time you can catch them. I know that's what's worked for me. I've caught quite a few people.
in your previous experiences.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I can't really say it because
Okay.
there's a 7-year statute where when you do stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just saying. But no, I mean, hopefully people will watch the specials and think they're funny and think I'm funny. But I mean, I know I'm funny, but it's funny to certain people. You got to be funny to certain people. So that's the new thing. Whereas back in the day, it was funny to everybody. Now you got to be funny to a slice of the audience. It's very separated and segregated now.
So, in terms of stand-up shows that you've done, has there ever been one where there was like a heckler that stood up and did a backflip, or there was a fire, or just something crazy that happened in the middle of your show? Has there any been?
Yeah. In Denver, Colorado, I was waiting to go on stage. The feature act, the guy before me, was up on stage, and he started talking about this gay couple, and the gay couple kept saying, "You better stop. You don't want none of this smoke." And he kept talking shit, and the dude got up and beat the brakes off of him on the stage. I'm talking about blood, the whole nine. So they take dude off the stage to the hospital. These two dudes sits back down with his boyfriend and says, the show can continue now, after literally beating the brakes off this dude. So I say, hey man, I don't know if I should go up. And the owner's like, you want your fucking money, get up there. So I'm up there trying to avoid stepping in puddles of blood and pieces of the feature. And first thing I just said is, hey man, I like your sparkly shirt. And then he said, okay, this one's good. We'll let him do his show. But yeah, man, that was some crazy shit. And then I got sued at a club. And this sounds like a joke, but it's not a joke. The name of the club was called Stitches. And the guy was mad about some political shit I said at the time. Grabbed my foot and tried to flip me off the stage. So I took the mic stand and blasted him in the fucking forehead. And I'm thinking, well, that means show's over. Dudes, you know, and this guy was apparently a mob guy or some kind of mob-ish. He should say, hey, get back on that fucking stage and finish your show. I had to finish my set after blasting dude. And then afterwards, of course, you know, cops, the whole nine. But so it was weird doing my set and you see the police literally waiting on the side for you.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, that was in Philadelphia.
Wow. So you've been out here with the people attacking people on stage. I thought this was like new.
No. They got a thing where they're doing it. They were doing it. They're not doing it now. What's called the Will Smith challenge, where people would, if they didn't like a comic, they would go up on stage and try to smack them in the face or smack them in the face. And that's what they were doing as a trend, but it didn't last long. So yeah. So I mean, but that was a long time ago. And yeah, I haven't really had anybody rush me like that or come up. That was the only time, and only reason he got a hold of my foot is because he was right in front of the stage. So, and he paid the price. And so, and I feel like that now. I'm just like, I'm just not having it with there's some people, like there's certain people, like, I don't know if you know who Kimbo Slice was. You know who Kimbo Slice was? He was a street fighter. And like, if you saw this dude, it looked like he dipped his knuckles in adamantium. Like, he really looks hard. He was hardcore looking. Like, certain people you're not going to run up on stage and grab. And then there's other people you go, well, yeah, I can get him. Like Daniel Tosh, I probably can grab Daniel Tosh. But some other people, you ain't gonna go grab Corey Holcomb. Like, ain't nobody gonna run up on Corey Holcomb. A lot of people ain't gonna run up on me or there's certain people. So, and if they do, well, then it's on. But no, I mean, that Chris Rock thing was an anomaly. I think the Dave Chappelle thing was basically somebody that took the cue from the Chris Rock thing and thought I could do that too. And he got his ass beaten, his arm twisted in a way your arm's not supposed to twist. If you see the picture, did you see the pictures of the guy?
No, I didn't see the picture. What does it look like?
Look up the pictures of the guy that attacked Chappelle. His arm, like, your arm is not supposed to, like, his arm was twisted like that way, like another direction, it was
like he could high five himself,
yes,
like backwards.
yes. So yeah, but I don't have too many problems, and luckily the people that come see me seem to like me. I seem to be hanging in there with the comedy, even though I know that TikTok comics are smoking me, at least attendance wise, because they got huge followings on TikTok. TikTok is the beast mode right now. Yeah. So, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and if it works out, great. If it don't, I will go back to sex trafficking. That's my plan.
Pretty reliable business.
Yeah, it's solid, doesn't seem to wane. Money's consistent. What can you do?
So I know you always got something coming up. What's next for you?
Gonna do some stuff with Rock the Vote, to make sure the 2022 election is not a total runaway with the Republicans cheating, fucking cunt ass, what they do, and with their cheating and their what insurrection? I didn't see anybody attack the Capitol. So I'm gonna do some shows to support as many young people coming out to vote, whatever way they want to vote, Republican or Democrat, as long as they get out there and vote, and to show them. But hopefully I want the Democrats and the progressives to win. So I'm going to be doing that. It's a big thing I'm going to be doing for the fall. Working on the late night set for Colbert. And America's Got Talent. I didn't want to do it, but I see it's a huge platform. So I'm going to use my cleanest stuff I got. Still edgy, but clean. I'm gonna. I already wrote my set out, so to get that rocking, and then since my special came out, I'm wanting to I got a couple links to get on. Hopefully, Netflix is the next thing. That's my main thing I want to do, is a Netflix special. That's the main thing that I would. If I did that, that would be a monumental thing for me. To nail down. And I know that if I got it, it would change my life. I mean, my life is okay now, but it would be another level shit. So that's what I'm working on right now. And hopefully, also, I'm going to be stripping at old folks' homes. Yeah, because their eyesight's not as good. So when they tip you, they don't know they're giving you $100 bill. So I've made like $8,000 off of one dance. So I'm be stripping a lot more at old folks' homes, and I don't even need to be in shape because they're fucked up. Their shape's all fucked up. I don't know what shape they are, but I know I'm more shaped like an octagon. So that's what I'm gonna do.